Hello everyone, my name is Tom of Tom and Mom Play, and today we are going to be trying out Legacy of You, a game by Shem Phillips, art and graphics by Sam Phillips, storybook written by Benedict Hewitson. Hopefully I'm not killing the names, and it's published by Garfield Games, and we are over on Tabletop Simulator. This is a solo-only campaign game that I absolutely adore. I've only tried a few rounds. I didn't want to get too far ahead, so we're going to be starting from the very beginning of this campaign, teaching as we go. Because yeah, I don't know what it is. I really fell in love with this game. And let's get into it. What is going on here? The introduction: during the reign of Emperor Yao, the people of ancient China were constantly plagued by deadly floods along the Yellow River. Eager to put an end to the devastation, Yao selected Gun, one of his officials, to devise a plan. After 9 years of failed attempts using dams and dikes, Gun's employment came to a questionable end. After his passing, Yu inherited his father's work. Learning from Gun's failures, Yu set out to construct a series of canals to direct the surging river into nearby fields and smaller waterways. So, our aim of the game here is we are going to want to build all 6 canal sections and survive until the end of the current round before we lose either due to flood, if the flood moves onto an unbuilt section of the canal, or off the right side of the board, due to barbarians, if there's ever 7 barbarians on top of the board, or due to damage, if we need to destroy a townsfolk card, but we have none left. That is how we lose. One way to win. It may look like there's a lot going on, and I'll take the rule book down here in a second, but it's really good for the first time setup. And then, yep, there is a storybook as well as a story deck. Symbols pop up to let us know when to go through that and what section to find. So let's go. Yep, over the components, we got some town folks cards, barbarian cards, we got victory and defeat cards. What I'm going to do real fast is we are just going to go ahead and shuffle those 2. The golden will go onto the bottom, no matter what. So if we lose 7, we lose the campaign. If we win 7, we win the campaign. Is easy as that. So we're trying to see which one of the gold cards we get to first. So we've got those all set up, ready to go. Let us, yep. And then we have, workers, which I have up here in the little bags. We are component limited, so they're not the, unlimited bags. Farms, outposts, and huts, cowrie shells, clay, wood, provisions. We have this barge. It's a reminder that we can only build one section of the canal at a time. And then the flood, where, it is currently at. Okay, so campaign setup, we already did that. Place the board in front of you. Shuffle all townsfolk cards. Done. And then let's go ahead and split. I need a 10-20 here. We're going to take 10 and put it down here into our ready pile. And then these will just be the townsfolk draw pile up here next to the top space. And then what we are going to do is we are going to set up, this is basically, if you're used to deck builder games, this is basically your shop in a sense, but there's a bit of a tug of war with the barbarians and our townsfolk here. So let's go ahead and load this up. We're going to want to leave the very last space open for barbarians. There we go. Shuffle all the barbarian cards. Put you there. Perfect. Separate all canal cards, which we have over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give those a good shuffle. So the canals that'll have 1 and 2 go into the first 2 spaces. And then these are just going to go back into our little spot for it. All right, 3 and 4. There's only 2 cards available here, so we'll just grab them. put them out like so. And then 5, 6, there's 4 of them. So let's go ahead and grab, flip, shuffle, and put these back in for down the road. Okay, those are set up. Last thing we need to do are the huts. There are 6 potential huts on the back side of them. There is an effect. So weirdly, we're gonna draw them out this way, then shuffle. It feels like we're doing a face up instead of a face down. So we're gonna go ahead and shuffle and put these out into their respective spot, putting these 2 unseen back. And I'll go ahead and put the huts on top like so. Perfect. Shuffle all the huts. We did that. All the workers' resources done. Easy peasy. Okay. So how do we play this game? Well, first, let's get the barge into the first. That's letting us know what spot of the canal we are currently working on, and it is a nice reminder that once we do build that section, we can go ahead and just put this right on the rule book, and it lets us know that we can't build again until the next round. So here is how the game works. First of all, we have the harvest section. So on a turn, we will take advantage of this little symbol here, collecting anything available. Right now, with our with these covered up, we don't get any bonuses, but eventually as they get built, we will get a laborer, a provision, and then any colored worker, not a laborer. That's what that one is. The nice thing is we have this handy dandy iconography guide legend over on the side. So we're not going to get anything from that early on, but down here, this is what we're normally always going to get. We're going to get to draw 4 cards from our townsfolk pile, our ready pile here. We'll get a laborer, a cowrie shell, a provision, and for every outpost that is built, we'll get a cowrie shell as well. And then if there are any cards that are tucked, and right now we have a space for 1 card, I'm just going to use this for example. So if this was tucked, we'd also get that every round as well. So that is the harvest. I think the only other thing of note is if there is a worker on one of these circle placements, they also come back to our personal supply as well. I think that is about it for the harvest. Then we go into the take actions phase. Taking actions, we have a few different. So let's go ahead and set up the first round here, because it's gonna be kind of easier to teach as we play. So let us go ahead and do the harvest. So we've got our 4 cards out. Let's go ahead and get a laborer. Yeah, we'll set you over there for now. Laborer, a cowrie shell, a provision. Okay. So on our turn, the one thing that we have to do is we do have to play all 4 of these cards in some way, shape, or form. We can either exhaust them, and we will get this bonus in the brown. So, like if we exhaust them, we will get a provision and a cowrie shell. They give us a white worker, they give us a fighter, and they give us a log. Or we can dismiss them, discard, by putting them back up here so they'll no longer get reshuffled in, and then we will get the bonus here as well as the red bonus. So that would get us a log and another white worker, the laborer there. So that would get us a red and red, but they're not going to come back. So it's a little risky to do, because we'll get into how the flood works here in just a few minutes. But that is what we do with these cards. The other action we can take with the cards that are in our hand is we can tuck it. And it's 1 per space, so once these huts get built, we could start tucking inside of here as well. And then, yeah, as we explained before on the harvest. Oh, did we just launch something that shouldn't have gotten launched? I think we're fine. I saw something move and it got me a little worried. Okay. So that's the other thing we can do with those cards, and that gets us a pool of resources. The resources we use are to either help us recruit or dismiss townsfolk, defeat barbarians, or build. So let's go with the build stuff first. So to build the section of canal that we're working on, we have a cost up here, which tells us right now that we need 2 laborers and 2 cowrie shells. They go back to the supply, and then we get the rewards listed down below. So this would get us a clay, a log, and we would read story number 3. Once this is built, and you'll notice this also opens up another trade section down below. We'll get into the trades here in just a little bit. But the big thing to note is that little square down here to let things build. Because the other action in this build that we can do with the resources is we can build our huts and outposts. So this here would cost us a laborer, a clay, and a wood, and we can build any one of these 3. And they have to go onto these squares right here. And once you cover it up, you'll get that perk. So we would get a provision for building it. And then every harvest for down here, we get a laborer every single round. So you want to start opening up the canal so you can start building more things so you get more stuff every round, which is kind of cool. The outpost will let your workers, your laborers, be considered another color. So our laborer could instead be a fighter, a rider, a spearman, or an archer, depending on which one of these is built. And that costs a laborer, clay, and 3 wood. The other thing that can be built are these huts. And yep, it is a laborer, 3 clay, and a wood. We have to go from left to right in this section. And underneath of it is another spot that we can place our workers to get. So this would get us any red, black, blue, or yellow. We can't get another white one for it. You can't just put one on to get another one back. So you put that on, become another color. But the cool thing is you're going to get that back on the next round. The one that we start with is we put here so we can get a provision. And it opens up another slot for us to put a card. So you get that, or tuck a card underneath. So you get that kind of passive income every single turn, but at the cost of one of your townsfolk. So it gets a little dicey after a while. So those are, I believe, everything you can build. The other things that we have going on is up here. So you can recruit or dismiss townsfolk. The one on the left is always free, which is awesome. So what we could do is either we could take this, throw it in our exhaust pile, don't get anything for that except for more townsfolk during the reshuffle that can pop up back into our deck, or we could dismiss any one of these. And when we do dismiss, they'll go over here to a little discard pile, and we only get that top left in the brown. We don't get the red like what we do for dismissing down here. So this would get us a blue worker. This one gets us a white worker. However, you'll notice the further down the track we go, there is now a cost. So here, this has a cost of 1 provision to be able to recruit or dismiss. Same with 1, 2s, 2s, and 3s. Same effect. You can either recruit or you can dismiss. However, then there are the barbarians, and the barbarians are rough because you need to spend a number of workers in the colors indicated on the side. So this would be a black, black, and a red, and 3 provisions. When you do that, you're going to get a reward here on this red banner. So this is going to get you a cowrie shell as well as let you draw 1 card from your ready pile. If this row is ever filled up with barbarians, so all 7 spots are taken up with barbarians, that is one of the ways to lose. So that is, I do believe, pretty much everything on the take actions step. So let's go to, the next part is return the barge. So if something has been built, the barge comes back out, just sit on to the next section. So if like that, then we suffer attacks. So what we do is we come back up to our row, we take a look at the barbarians, and now we look at the banner, like how we normally have the harvest for the tuck on them. Barbarians have a penalty of sorts. So this one is either we can destroy, lose one of our townfolk, or we spend 1 clay. If we can't spend the clay, we lose the townfolk. It is as simple as that. Each of them have a different penalty for the attack. Then after that, we refresh the card row, and that works a little bit differently. And I'm going to go ahead and let's move a couple here out of the way. So what happens is all of the townsfolk will move as far, they slide all the way down to the left. The barbarians, however, will only go as far as space needed to put in new barbarians. So we start with only needing to put out 1 every single round. Eventually, as we build more of the canal, we're going to have to put more out. So this will just slide down by 1, and a new barbarian. I'd flip it over, but we'll shuffle here in a second. New barbarian will take that place there. Then we refill with townsfolk. And so, this can start filling up very, very quick with barbarians, and especially as they are expensive to put out. So let's get that put back, shuffled. You are over. Let's go ahead and do one of these. So, how does the flood start moving? Because once again, if that flood ever goes to a spot that is not built, we lose the game. Well, that flood moves every time we have to reshuffle our ready pile. So once we have had to discard either exhaust cards, and we have to either draw a card or destroy a card. Yeah, the term is destroy. I'm so used to legacy games where you actually have to tear up cards that saying destroy bugs me just a hair. But say, this pile is empty and we need to draw and we can't. We shuffle everything up in our exhaust, much like any other deck builder, but then the flood moves by 1. And then, if it catches up to an unbuilt canal space, we lose the game. The other thing that can happen is if we needed to do anything down here and we're out of cards completely, that is the other way we lose the game. And that's everything you need to know. And as with any legacy games, new rules, new aspects will come out as the game goes on. And I am human. I am bound to make a mistake or two. I will try to catch them and put them down in the edit, but if you catch them, please throw it down into the comments, preferably with a timestamp if you can help it. But if not, hey, that's okay too. We are going to try our best. Remember, at the end of the day, it is us versus the game. So the only ones we're cheating are ourselves. So let us get right into it. So we already did the harvest. So let's go ahead and take some actions. One of the things that we want to do is we want to build early. But we need clay. We need a worker. We need clay. We need wood. We currently do not have wood. We don't have clay. Because that barbarian is way too expensive for us to try to take care of right away. So we are going to go ahead and I'm going to just play you off for just the wood. We're not going to burn him to grab the extra worker, not yet. So we'll go ahead, take that like so. I think I might want to either, that's a provision and a calorie, but we could get wood and a calorie every turn. Oof, that's tough. Because otherwise, so I want to tuck something this first turn. Because getting that passive on the harvest is great. This will either get us a white worker every turn. This would get us wood and a cowrie. Being able to draw that red later, I think, might come in a little bit more handy. But workers early are great. But cowries, so I think the one thing I didn't mention are the trades. So like up here, at any time, we can trade in 3 cowries for a clay, 3 cowries for a wood. And then as you build the canal, more trades pop up. So 2 cowries for a provision. You can exhaust a card for your hand for 2 cowries. As they come up, we'll kind of go through it a little bit more. Yeah, I think that was the, out of the actions, I think that was the one thing I missed. But let's see. Wood and a cowrie is not bad to get early. But a provision would be helpful. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and tuck you. So we're not going to get anything right away. But now every turn we're going to get wood and a cowrie. Fan of that. We're just going to exhaust you to get a worker. Fan of that. I am going to go ahead and spend my provision so we can go ahead and either recruit or dismiss this individual here, this townsfolk. And you'll see food symbols. We don't know the rules for that yet. So ignore it for now. So we can either take it or we can dismiss them. And I want to dismiss them because I want to get that clay. So we got that clay early on, which is great because what we're going to do is I'm going to spend a worker, clay, and a wood. So we can build one of these right away. I'm going to place that right there to get a provision back. Big fan of that. So now, harvest, we are going to get a worker a bonus worker every round on top of this. And we got the provision for covering that. So right now we have one more card that we must do something with before the end of this round. And I kind of just want to, yeah, let's take it right away. There's no use for us grabbing the 2 reds right away. I will send the worker out just to grab us another provision. Okay. We don't need or want another worker this minute. So we are just going to recruit them into our pile. We have 6 cards left. Oh, these will eventually scoot down. I do. If we could recruit 2 cards, it'd be great. But we can only get 1 currently. This one will slide all the way to the end. I kind of want to grab this one just so we can have another kind of a replacement for this one. But it's going to be cheaper next round. Okay. I'm going to spend the 1. Oop. Said we're going to spend the 1. There we go. We're going to recruit them. So they go to our exhaust pile. I have 1 left. I have a cowrie. I have a worker. And I don't think there is anything left for us to do. We're going to lose a card because we don't have clay. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'll be all right. We'll live, or we won't. We'll find out real quick. Okay, so let us move on. Return the barge if used, which it wasn't, and now we suffer a tax. If we had clay, we would spend it now, but we don't, so we're just going to take the top card here, turn it. Goodbye, log. Oh, that was a sad card to lose. All right, and now we will refresh the card row. So all of them will scooch on over. We only need to make room for 1 barbarian. So this one, they want a black worker, or we lose one of our townsfolk. Boo. And we will replenish this with these two. Done and done. Okay. We're now at the end of the round. If we had all 6 built, we would have currently won because we survived. But that didn't happen, so let's go to the harvest. First thing we get is a worker. For this one here, then down here, we're going to go ahead and draw 4. Done and done. We only have 1 card left, so we're going to have to be careful. We have a reshuffle coming up, so we need to build this section this round. That is going to have to happen. Okay, so we're going to get another worker for this space here. We get a cowrie, and we get a provision. All right. We will get our worker back, and then for down here, we're going to get a log, and we are going to get a cowrie. Perfect. Okay. So on our turn here, so we're going to be reading something. And a lot of times reading changes the game state. So it is scary doing this first, but we don't want to do anything that's going to cause us to draw cards and force the flood to go before that's built. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and build it. So let's go 1, 2, and then it costs 2 of these. Perfect. Okay, so barge goes away. This is open up, and our rewards are clay, log, and we're going to read into storybook number 3. So, hey, if you didn't want spoilers, this is where I would recommend you stop. You kind of have enough of the game to get you going, but otherwise, welcome to spoiler territory. All right, so we're going to find story number 3. Uh-oh. Wait, serious? Oh, that's a long one. All right. Disaster. The new canal to the east of our camp was nearing completion. Storms had been assailing us like the horrible breath of a dragon, forever slowing our progress. The men had become weary. I've been focusing on completing this work with such intent that I allowed carelessness to creep in. A short break in the torrent provided us only a moment to proceed. While I was overseeing the last reinforcement of the canal, I received word from camp that a fire had broken out, and part of the camp was ablaze. With so many hands away at the canal, the fire raged like a beast, and despite valiant efforts from those still close by, a scorched mess is all that remains of our food store and the tents surrounding it. Food will be scarce now. We had been foraging heavily to feed the workers and keep everyone strong. A concentrated and extended effort will need to be made to restore what was lost. Oh, no. Oh, okay. A fool may take some solace in the stories coming from the camp that this was the work of Wusiki, the monkey demon of the river. I think I'll put my energy into figuring out how to restore our food supply rather than chasing spirits. The burden of this oversight will hang over me for a long time, not unlike the storm clouds that now gather once again. At least the canal is done. File the completed canal card in the box under history. Okay. So we have a little history section. Doink. Find card 16 in the story deck and place it alongside the board with the side shown below face up. This is the food shortage card. Okay, so we're going to search. I need card 16. So this goes beside the board. Okay. Let's pop this out. Make my life a little easier. This is the food shortage card. In addition to the standard rules for winning the game, you will also need to fulfill the requirements of this card. You cannot claim a victory if it remains unfulfilled. If you are defeated, the food storage card will be added to your next game during setup in the same manner. It will remain in all future games until you fulfill it. In order to fulfill the food shortage card, you must place 3 townfolk cards from your hand onto the food shortage card in the sequence shown. Oh. Oof. Each townsfolk card must feature the indicated food icon on its left side to clear the first townsfolk card. To be clear, the first townsfolk card must feature milk, the second fish, the third meat. Immediately after placing the third townsfolk card, turn to the indicated entry in the storybook. You gain no other benefit from placing townsfolk cards here other than progressing towards fulfilling the food shortage card. Townsfolk card placed onto the food shortage card are locked there until it's fulfilled. You cannot optionally pick them up later. If you are defeated, any townsfolk cards still in the food shortage card are returned to the deck for future games. They're not left for your next game. So you have to do it all in one. Oh. Okay. That's delightful. So we need milk. We need milk, fish, meat. And I have a reshuffle coming up. So they have to go from hand. Okay. Boy, that adds a very nasty wrinkle. Okay. This is fine. This is great. This is delightful. We're doing so good. Second turn of the game, I already have a food shortage problem. We can't do anything until it's filled. Okay. Well, this does also open up another trade. 2 calories will get us a provision, which is very cool. Boy, if I can get another wood, we can get that built, which would be cool. Which would get us another calorie, but then I don't know what color we would necessarily want. We need a lot of black, red, blue, so we'd probably go black right away. Ooh, can I get a... We already have a red. If we can get a third provision, we can take them out. Which would not be awful, if we're being honest. Getting ahead of barbarians is not bad. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn you in to go ahead and grab a worker. I'm going to turn you in to get a provision and a calorie. So now we got 2 calories. Awesome. If I dump this, if we dismiss you out of hand, I know the phrasing is a little bit different. 3 of those, we can get this done. But are we throwing too much at that early? Because we'd get a calorie and a worker, which isn't bad. Okay. Yeah, we're going to dismiss you to grab 2. I'm just going to do this right away. Spend this, the 3 of those. So the 2 blue are already gone. So we knock this barbarian out. So we get the rewards on the right. So we get a calorie and a worker. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, this could get us a white or a yellow and a clay if we used it that way, but I don't think we want to use it that way. Put you there to get a provision. I think we'll go ahead and spend the provision to dismiss you, which gets us a log. The reason why I want to do that is I want to build down here. So I want to spend one of those. Maybe eventually it'll go into the bag. There we go. And then 3 of these to build here. So this gets placed up here, which will cover a calorie. So we'll go ahead and grab that right away, which I'm a fan of. We have enough to build another section, but the barge is reminding us that we can't do it again, which is a bummer. One thing I will double check is I want to make sure we don't have to build those left to right. Take actions. Outpost. Build in any order. Okay. I wanted to double check that because yeah, we need 2 blue and a red to be able to take care of this, or two black and a red. So now these two either count as white or black, which is very helpful. Oh man, if I could recruit a red, we could take care of them this turn, which would be awesome. But we only have 1 card left. But I wouldn't have to worry about clay. I could spend both of these to get a provision. Spend all 4, get 2 provisions, turn the provision. Oh, we need 3. Okay, that's not as helpful as I thought it was gonna be. I do want to. Okay, we're gonna recruit you. We want more cards. We know we have a reshuffle coming, because we only have 1 card left. You're going to make us lose a card. That's going to happen whether I like it or not. So, here is the plan. I'm going to spend 2 cowrie to get a provision. We're going to spend the provision to recruit that townsfolk. I'm going to keep these a little bit off to the side here because we can build canal with that, which I'm a big fan of. And I think that is everything we can currently do. So let us refresh barge and suffer attacks. I do not have clay, so we will lose this top card. Oh, that was a good card. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. And we refresh the card row. There's still only 1 barbarian coming in, so they're just going to sit put. That comes in, and ooh, you have some special when we take care of you, which is terrifying. Okay, that has been refreshed. Check for win. We have not. So let us go back to the top of a round. We are on the harvest. First thing we do is we get a worker for this, which is great. Then we come down here. We need 4 cards, but we can't. So these are going to come over here and shuffle. And because of the shuffle, the flood has moved onto a built section of the canal. Perfect. We are fine. So let's go ahead and grab our 4 cards. And we get a worker. So we now have 4. And keep in mind, we can consider them all black, which is very helpful. We get a cowrie shell. We get a provision. An upside-down provision, apparently. And for every outpost that we have built, we get another cowrie. Huge. And we will get our little friend back here. As well as from this card that we took before. So we're going to get wood, and we're going to get a cowrie. So, in all honesty, not a bad little round here. That's not bad at all. Okay, so what can we do? So that is, the harvest is completed. We got a chunk of workers. I do believe I just want to recruit you right away. Yeah. It's a freebie, and help build it up because we're gonna lose a card for building this section, so at least I'm making up for it. Yeah, okay. And I think I'll spend that provision. Oops, if it'll go in there. There we are. So we can recruit him as well. Not bad. I then want to spend, because remember, we have to do this in order. That gets us a log, that gets us workers. Logs might be important later on, but I think workers are the Oh, both are good. Both are really good. Okay. We're going to spend you to this, so we have the first section. We have the first section done. The second one will be fish, which I don't have a fishy fish to be able to take care of it. Okay, so let's build the next section of the canal while we can. So 2 of those. 2 of those. The barge goes bye-bye. And so this gets us clay, wood, and we have to destroy, not exhaust, one of our townsfolk. Of course, that was a good one. Right off the top there. That's delightful. This will go back into our 1 and 2 canals. So, for unlocking this, we now are going to have to deal with an extra barbarian spawn, and now we can also exhaust a card from our hand to gain 2 cowrie shells. And the next building that we build will get us any color building onto that spot. Yay. Isn't that just nice? I want black and red. So if we can get some more wood, that would be helpful. It'd be great if we could get a hut built, but I don't think we're going to get to do that this turn. So we're going to go ahead and grab a log. So now I have three logs and a clay with a worker and an open spot. So let's go ahead. Spend. To build this. This is going to get us a worker of any color. Let us grab yellow. Because right now I don't need any other color besides black or red. So let us get a color that we don't already have. I think that makes the most sense. But I could just be pulling that out of my butt. I don't know. Okay. We have 2 cards left. I wish we could. So we can't save the cards between rounds, which is a super bummer because we have the meat right there, which is huge. But that's not going to work that way. That lets us draw a card, but I don't necessarily. If I get rid of you, drawing a card might not actually be bad. Let's hold. Okay. We're going to spend you to grab a blue. I'm going to spend you. I could exhaust you just to grab 2 cowries is not bad. Actually, yeah, let's put the blue back. So I'm going to exhaust you to grab 2 cowries. Because what I want to do is I want to spend 1, 2, 3. Okay, man, get up there. Joy is a tabletop sim someday. To grab 2 of those. Because we want cards. We want more cards. Yes, we do. Because we're about to run into a reshuffle. Another worker might be helpful for the next round. Okay. Let's put our worker here. Grab provision. I'm going to go ahead and spend our provisions to recruit you. I'm going to spend this provision to recruit you. I'm just trying to get ahead of a reshuffle. We're going to need a lot of provisions. Because we're going to have 4 of 7 barbarians on the next turn. Which is very, very scary. I mean, they're going to slide down, which is nice. They're going to be a little bit cheaper to take care of. But we're not generating a lot of provisions right now. But we can always discard cards to get calories to provisions. So we can make some stuff work. So do we just take the worker or do we take the calories? I think we take the worker. Because we just need numbers. We need everything, let's be honest. Okay. I do believe that is all that we can do. So, we will return the barge. Goes to there, and now we suffer attacks. I do not have clay. So I'm going to lose you. I'm actually happy we did it this way. Because I didn't want to lose another. We'll spend the worker. To ignore that. Okay. Well, it's not ignore. We still suffer to do this. Okay. And now we replenish the card row. So we need to make room for 2. So they're going to slide all the way there. Oh boy, that's delightful. Check for win. No, because we do technically survive, which is great, but it's scary. Okay. So we're back up to the top of a round. Let's go to the harvest. First thing we're going to get is one of these. And then we come down here. We're going to draw all 4 of those. It's only until we have to do the flood move. So that will hold tight until it is required. Let's go ahead and draw a worker, calorie, provision, and we'll get 2 more calories. For that, we get this worker back. Cool. And then we're going to get a log and a calorie. Sorry, we should have also refilled this while we were at it. Done and done. Okay. Well, one thing we know we need is provisions. We need provisions galore. And this next section of the canal that we build is going to cause us to destroy 2 of our townsfolk. Which we're about to go into a reshuffle anyway, so this is going to want to be a later action for us. We're not dire to do it either, because we're 1 step ahead right now. So now might not be a bad time to try to get ahead on the barbarians a little bit. Also, do we have anybody with fish? There's nobody with fish. This guy has fish, and we know we need it next, so let's just go ahead and recruit you. Fresh fish. I need 2 black and a red. I could do it with 3 white. It'd be fine. 2 red and a black with 2 provisions. Okay, we're gonna spend you to get a provision and a calorie. Awesome. We're gonna spend both provisions. Oh, okay. Do we go after this? Or do we go after... Both of them are bad, because they both involve a card draw. So I want to build that up first. Okay. That is what we do. We build up this pile as much as we can before we have to do... Well, this is a card draw. This might be a card draw. I don't know. So let's definitely build this up first. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's grab 2 provisions. Done and done, easy. Let's throw that to grab that provision. We'll get a new yellow while we're here. So that'll be good. Eventually, when we can grab a blue, that'll be very helpful for a little bit later on. Take it as clay and a provision. So let us spend provision for you. A provision for you. How daring are we? Okay. Let's grab a worker. Do I want a red? While we're at it. Because that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd give us a 5th. No, because I need 6 to deal with it. We're short on provisions anyway. Well, we wouldn't be if I spend you. Oh, and I could do it with the cowrie. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put you there to grab the clay. I don't necessarily need to spend those provisions. Okay, so I could take the automatic card draw and hope we could maybe take them out this turn. Yeah. Yeah, that not be that. I think that's the play. Okay. We're going to spend 2. And a black, because they count as any color, and then a red. So this gets us a cowrie shell, and we have to draw a card. Ooh, a 14-card deck. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. So, because of this, Flood moves forward. We are still alive. You go to the discard. Let's see what we got. Another worker. Oh. Hello. Oof. Oof, oof. Oh, I'm short a worker anyway. Ah. Oh. Yeah, okay. I made a bit of a mistake. Which is fine. Another yellow isn't going to do us any good. Could take another white. Cowrie doesn't do us many favors, if at all. We have a white, we have a clay, we have a log. Okay. Yeah. If we had one more, we would build that section of the canal, but we don't. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. That is what it is. Okay. So I do believe that's all the actions we are going to take. Because I could have gotten 2 more cowries. We don't have any spots that we can build. We're short on workers anyway. Okay. Yeah. This is just going to have to be what it is. All right. So we now suffer attacks. We will lose a worker. I'll lose a clay. I'll lose a log. And now we refresh. These scoot down by 2. So we're now at 5 of 7, which is terrifying. We really need to do some clearing. Okay. Start, now we would check win condition. No. So we go to the start of a new round. So let's go ahead and harvest. We get a worker for this section. Down here, we're going to go ahead and take 4. A worker. A cowrie. A provision. And 2 more cowries. We'll get this worker back, as well as a log and a cowrie. Perfect. Perfect indeed. Now, okay. We're a ways away from a reshuffle. So right now, it might just be best to blast barbarians, if we're being real honest here. But we have a bit of an issue with that. The colors that we have versus the colors that we can get. This would get us a red. Because it'd be great if we could build this section. So we can build something else. And I know yellow equals red equals black, or sorry, white equals that equals that. They also treat workers different kind. Treat white as red, blue. For example, you could use blue to construct a building or blue and white to attack a bar. Okay, so I really want those yellows to become something else, but we're short on logs to be able to do that anyway. And realistically, okay, let's go ahead and I think if I dismiss you to grab a red. Oops, not a clay. A red, thank you. If I spend provision. Okay, let's spend provision. I'm going to dismiss you to grab another white. Spend you to grab a red. I don't have blue. Blue is my problem. I can take care of one of them right now. Great. Unless I can build. But then yellow... yellows can become anything but blue. Okay. So I have a red, red, black. And a provision. Let's get this out of the way, right? Red, red, black. With a provision. You are done. And so we're going to read story 12. Oh, story 12. Okay. 12. Okay. Let's go to the pop out. It's days like this that make me yearn for home. There are still people, who do not see. They cannot see that the work that we are doing is all for the Empire. They only see a chance to take. My heart bleeds for them and their ignorance, just as my men bleed for our work to carry on. We push back a strong foe, but the cost of our own warriors is high. My thoughts will be with the rest of my warriors tonight as they remember the fallen. File the defeated barbarian card in the box under history. Take 2 damage, which is taking 2 off the top. And you gain 3 calorie. 1, 2, 3. Okay then. Okay. This is rough. This is very rough. I think we have to build canal. Take 2 off the top. Because right now I do not have the necessary colors for up there. The underside of this has a way to turn provisions and a worker into one of the proper color. So I think this is what we're going to have to do. So let's spend the 2 calorie. The 3 laborers. This will go here. This goes there. So we get clay. We get wood. And we sacrifice 2. Yay! All right, this is going to go into the 3-4, but we now open up, yep, a worker plus provision. Can get you any color, but a white one. The downside is I don't have any way of generating any more of the white workers. Of course we don't. And I don't have a way of building to make the yellow ones into wilds. This is a problem. Okay, we're going to be getting 2 more. So we're going to survive the round, but just barely. So this is stock up and try to hit as hard as we can on the next turn. I don't have fish. I have meat, but we can't save. So, okay. This is going to get us clay. This will get us yellow. This will get us a provision and a cowrie. How many do we have left up here? Because we generate 1, 2, 3. We generate 4, so we definitely want to spend. So we can pick something up on the next one. Probably 2 for a provision. I think it's the way to go right now. And yeah, we're just going to have to try to survive. This is scary. We're going to have to see how many we can maybe try to take out on the next round, if we can help it. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all we can do. Okay, so, I mean, granted, we could always do more of the exchanges, but right now, there's not much doing. So, refresh barge, going to the next spot. Awesome. Suffer penalties. Okay. Clay, log, provision, log. All right. That is fine. All right. Refresh the card row. We need 2 more. You all are scary. So, into the round, we would check win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. We just survived right now. And we have not built all 6. We still have the 3 to go. We're close. But we're also so close to defeat. Okay, so comes back over to the harvest. So let's go ahead and grab white worker. Oh, end of round. I would have. Forgive me for going back in time. Just a hair to grab provision. Then we'll get them back. All right, so white worker for that. We draw our 4. We get a white worker. We get a cowrie. We get 2 more cowries. And we get a wood and a cowrie. Awesome. Do any of you have fish? No, I have no fish. Okay, let us see what we can do with what we have. Clearly, we need to clear at minimum 2 barbarians, and we want to... We want to build, especially if we can make yellows into virtually anything. But I need more wood to be able to build. All right. Granted, we can use the calories to do it, which is cool and all, but okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to spend you. Oh, I can dismiss you to draw that card. That might actually come in handy. Because we're gonna reshuffle here anyway. So yeah, we're gonna dump you so we can grab a Baloo and draw. Oh, you're actually very helpful. That was a really good play. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and spend a provision to yellow and to blue take you out. You get us a cowrie, the last one in there, and a white worker. Awesome. Okay. Still don't have fish. Fish is a problem. I need to turn yellow into wild. But it'd be great to turn whites into blues for what we have. Or be able to turn blacks into blues too. Because we can generate a lot of the black ones. Is there anything left in here? 0. So we're going to want to spend calories first. I need wood. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 3. 3. Okay. This way we can grab 2 wood. And now we are going to spend a white worker, clay, if they'll go into the bags, to build. As much as I want to make yellow wild, cannot right now. That gets us a provision. Now we get blacks can be blue, can be red, which is cool. More provisions would be nice. I would also like to build that section of the canal this turn if we can help it. We have shuffles coming. Okay. You're red, which I don't need a ton of red, but red can become any color. But okay, let's grab a worker. Let us grab a provision. This way we can maybe attack some stuff. Let's grab black. Do I dump her to take the 2 black this turn? Yes. We're going to just recruit here. I think it's the way to do it. I could be wrong, but I'm going to try. So I need 3 workers and 2 calorie, which is fine. So if I spend... Because I can remember, basically the black and the white are interchangeable here. The only thing that they cannot become is yellow. So yellow is a little bit of a needed resource. Those are card draws on them, which we don't necessarily want. There's, what, 6 calories up there? So if we go, let's say blue, blue, black, and a provision. So we already spent the provision. This takes you out, which gets us 3 shells, which is great. We have enough room, except if we take out this section of the canal, there is going to be 3 coming. So we have to take a second one out before we touch it. Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. So... if we got these 2... these 2... okay. Yeah, we need to clear barbarians. So this will get us a cavalry and a white. So let's see what we can do with what we have left, because we have a ton of siege right now. And I don't have... If I could generate another worker right now, we would be off to the races. But I can't, which is very unfortunate. Yellow, black with 3 provisions on a card draw, which isn't bad. We could do this one if we get enough shells to turn into provisions, which I think we can, because this would be 1, 2. Well, it'd be 3. It's 3 provisions. Now, the question turns into, do I want to take... Who do I want to take out? That gets us another worker. Oh, I can't do that one, because yellows can't go either way. Okay, so that answers that question. So, 3 provisions. Yellow, yellow, and then we're turning this one into a black to take this out. This gets us a new cavalry and a card draw. The card draw is unfortunate because it scooches that forward. What do we get? Ooh, another worker. I can make it into 2 workers. But I don't necessarily want to. But do I? Because it would get us yellow and a white. And it doesn't have the fish for the shortage. And I can't turn yellow into any... I think we're just taking the worker. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to thin this out anymore, because we got to remember when we build this, we're going to lose 2 more cards anyway. So we'll take the 1 worker here. Let's place our worker out to grab a provision. How many calories do we generate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are up here? 7. Okay. So no reason to spend currently. It's not great. It's not bad. I think we made a little bit of ground back. This food shortage is driving me insane. So I think we hold the calories that we have. Call it a turn. I'd love to build a hut. Get some more passive and another spot to put workers, but it's not going to happen for a little bit. All right, so that's going to end us. So we return barge, but it's already out there, and now we suffer attacks. Ooh. So maybe before we do that, let's spend the 3 to grab wood, because I don't want to. I really don't want to lose cards. So forgive me for retconning a little bit. Yeah, because if we dumped him, we would have gotten a yellow on top. So then we can dump those. Okay. So then we know what we're getting rid of instead of mystery off the top. So forgive me a little for just going back in time slightly. Okay. So suffer the attack. Then scoot. We're only putting in 2. Only. All right, but we can recruit more. If either of those decks run out for any reason, you just reshuffle and make a new one. It's not as scary as our deck down here. So at least we have some more recruit options. I'm a fan of this. So now, we refresh card row. If we would have had built, this would have been almost a win. But we still have to take care of this too. Yay. Okay, so now we go to the harvest. So we know we get a worker for here. Down here, we draw 4. We get a worker. We get a calorie. We get a provision. We get 3 more calories. 1, 2, 3 more. Perfect. We get a log. And we get a calorie. And then we also get this worker back. There's currently 4 left in here, so we're going to want to build sooner rather than later, but it's also helpful if we can knock some stuff out. Oh, and I also want to I want to generate more units, which would be huge. So if we build a canal, yes. Yeah, we're building canal because this gets us more work. You can turn in 4 calories for a worker, but we would then have to fill with 3. So we need to take at least one of these out and then build. There's so much to do. I'm gonna dismiss you for a worker, which would be great. Do we do this first? Because having an option to turn calories into workers could help us out. This game's a good brain burn. It really is. Oh, I could be wrong here. I could be very wrong. I'm not on a reshuffle. As long as I don't have to burn cards at the end of this round, I'm not required to do this turn, which is great. So, okay, let's grab a black. Let us grab a provision and a calorie. This would be 2 more provisions. Workers are the problem. That's such a weird way to say that. Okay, I do not want to draw a card. Not this turn. I want to take stuff out. We have a very heavy worker shortage. Because I need to clear this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get 2 more workers off of that. I think we can just make this work. It's scary, but I think we can do. I think we can do it. Okay. This terrifies me. Well, let's go red. No. We need to, okay, we need to do this first so we have the option. Oh, but are we going to get enough calories back? Do I need to burn him to get this? Burn you. Get a worker. Because we already got the 2 provisions. Easy peasy. I'm going to spend the 2. We're going to spend the 3. Said we're going to spend the 3. Yeah, thank you. To open this up, we lose 2 cards off the top. But we get a clay. We get a wood. And this goes into our 3-4 section. So now we have 2 new spots to build. We have to deal with a extra barbarian spawn. But we can spend 4 calories to get a worker, which is huge for us. So, if I spend the 4 to get a worker, spend 2 provisions, 2 reds and a black, which we do with the exchange. we take this one out, which gets us a calorie and a worker. Fan of this. Boy, I could get that last one, but realistically, so underneath this is a spot where you could just turn a worker into any other color, which I don't necessarily need right now. I just need bodies. Okay. We're about to have to reshuffle. And I want to make sure we have enough to spend up here. So you're covered, you're covered, you're covered. Easy peasy. That's very helpful. I'm going to take you for free. I'll spend the provision. I'll spend another provision. So we have some options here. You just give me another provision. You could potentially give me 3 if I discard you, but I want this in the reshuffle. If we can help it. Ooh, if we could build something, we get another worker. Which actually is not bad. But I'd prefer we don't have enough clay. But being able to turn anything into a yellow is not bad either. Yeah. Ooh, but we lose cards. Because I would have no resources left. So I think we hold on to what we have. I'm going to spend you to grab a provision. I'll spend you to grab another provision. So we might be able to open stuff up just a little bit more. I think that's what we do. Oh, this is terrifying, but we're going to give it a whirl. See what happens. All right. So barge. It's going to go back out here. We're so close. We still need fish and meat. Okay. Now we suffer attacks. So I will go ahead and spend both wood. I'm not going to spend the clay because I really want to build a hut. No, I want cards. We'll spend the clay. Oh. We don't generate clay, so this is probably a really bad idea. All right. Suffered attacks, and now we replenish the row. We spawn 3 now. So we're 1 away from loss. Oh, that's terrifyingly interesting. Oh, this is the last card for up here. Okay. So that's going to have a reshuffle, which isn't bad. Into the round. Still haven't built all 6, and we haven't taken care of the food shortage. So we are on harvest. So we'll start up here where we know we get a fun of these. Then we come down here where we're going to get to draw 4. We can only take the 2. So let's go ahead and move this before we forget. Get one of these. One of those. One of these. We get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We get our worker back. We get a log. And we get a calorie. Do we have fish? We have no fish. Let's see. What do we have? Okay, so the harvest is over. We need bodies. We need cards. We need bodies. So we got to throw a lot of stuff at these. Boy, a clay would be great. Well, give us red and a clay. Card draw's not bad. Because if we can build... Okay. So, here is slightly the plan. We're going to dump this so we can grab both options. So we're going to grab a red and a clay. We're going to spend a worker, a clay, and some log. So we can build this and get another red worker back. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pretend like this is good. I think we're in so much trouble here. Okay, let's see who we can take out. So I need... Okay. I'm going to spend you to get a yellow. We're going to hit blue, blue, yellow to dump this here. So this takes this one out. So it's going to get us a calorie and a draw. Which means we have to build. Because there's only 3 left. I don't think we get out of this. But we're gonna fight till the bitter end. Oh. Well, okay. We're just gonna have to do this the best we can. All right. The card draw is very much a problem here. If I dump that, that only gets us a yellow. Yellow is not what we need right now. Well, actually, it is, but we need more of it than what we have. I wish we could just finish this out. Just so it's out of the way for the next round. Hopefully it would be out of the way for the next game. Let's see, red, red, blue. Yeah, we definitely don't survive this. There's no way to get everything done that we need to. So let's see what progress we can make, right? So that's a black, black, yellow. If I dump you... Okay. Actually, do I have meat? I do. Okay. So I'm going to put you up here to get a card draw. Dang. Let's get us black with those. We are going to dismiss you to get the yellow. And now we're going to spend the 2 resources with a black, black, yellow. So we can try to hit this one, because I kind of want to see what this one's all about, because there's a story attached. So let's put this off to the side, and we get number 22. No, on our luck, it's bad. It looks like there's a fire. 1, 2. The cheers of victory were still ringing in our ears when a hush fell over the battlefield. The fight appeared to be over, but then something stirred in the dust and blood. A brute of a man who had fought to overcome our forces, blood streaming down his side, was rising. Staggering to his feet, his sword still in hand, he turned back towards our men, lifted his head, and tightened the grip on his hilt, ready for more. File this under history. Okay. Find card 36 in the story deck. Place it face up onto the space where we defeated... Oh, no. Oh, no. 36. No. Oh, no. Okay, I can go after him. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turns into a worker. We can't exchange for yellow, but if I go these two, we can turn that into any color we wish. Which, we're going to pick yellow. Came in. There we go. And I need a provision, so we're going to spend him to get a provision and a cowrie. I need a second provision. Okay. Well, we'll do this and get 2 more. And we'll see what happens. So we're going to spend those 2. Okay, so we go to number 32. Oh, shout of triumph. Cheers of victory. The enemy was falling back. The champion finally falling to our own brave fighters. We thought he would never go down again, but this time he wasn't getting back up. We made sure of it. File the defeated barbarian under history. Bye-bye. Gain 1 wood, clay, and 2 cowrie. 1 wood, 2 clay, and a cow. Ooh. Interesting. It's like I can build something. But I can't get enough workers to make this work. Can I do anything that lets me draw a card? No. Do I build a hut? Just to say we built one? Okay. So, let's throw 4 calories to grab a worker. Yes. And then let's trade in 3 for clay. And now, because we have the room, I have 1 white, 3 clay, and a wood. And let's just see if this saves us. I'm doing everything we can to build our hut. So this will get us a black one for covering that. Whoops. That should have been locked. We'll fix that later. Okay. So we get that for covering there. This is done. We flip this over, and it's a provision. And then this will go into the huts. So now we can put a worker down to get a worker of any color. I'll get 2 calories. Oh. Yeah, this isn't happening. I think we're gonna lose by barbarians first. So yeah, let's just grab provision. And a provision. All right, we would return the barge, but we cannot. 1, 2, there. We need 3 spaces opened. And so, yeah. Yeah. That would turn over reshuffle, but that is now 7 across the top, so we do instantly take the loss. So we're losing game 1 due to barbarian, so let's go ahead and grab our first loss card here. We go to number 38 in the rule book. And let's see, pop out. Heavenly Tishanchi. I'm sorry if I'm killing that name. What can I say but that I have tried? I'm weary to my bones. More people come to work every month, yet the barbarians grow just as quickly. I'm constantly at war with these rebels, and all the time I must sacrifice workers and resources simply to be able to continue. And after all this, all the blood and sacrifice and sweat, I still fall short. I still cannot stop this flood. It may as well be a flood of men, for I cannot stop them either. What am I to do? What would you say to me, my darling? That I put too much of myself? That if I wish to succeed, I need to better use the people whom I have around me? Ah, yes, perhaps you are right. Maybe I need to focus less on what I can do and more on how I can combine the skills of others to work better together. It could be that two men working as one might make up for the loss of a third. And should we face more barbarians, it may be that a cord of three is not so easily broken. File the revealed... Whoa. Okay, file the revealed under history. Find card 52 in the story deck. Oops. Card 52, so it's probably what, 51? All right. 52, okay. Let us pop that back out. Okay. For future games, place this fortified card face up alongside the board. It has an ongoing ability that provides you with one additional provision during each harvest. Additionally, you may file this fortuity card, not fortify. Sorry, fortuity card in the box under history to gain one worker of each color. Doing so will remove the fortuity card and its ongoing ability for the rest of the campaign. Oh. So ongoing, if you history. Oh, interesting. Does it have that symbol? Interestingly enough, they don't have either of those symbols. That's actually kind of unfortunate. So we're gonna get a free provision every round. But that is round one of Legacy of You. We're down 0-1. We still have to deal with hungry people here as well. So, hey everybody, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing more. We're going to go through the campaign here of Legacy of You and see if we can ultimately win, be victorious, or if it's going to be bitter defeat. Yeah, subscribe for more, thumbs up, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!